It's the radio with the Board of Education. Turn up the static left of the state of the nation. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, Definity, Devi, daCAT, SHIRO, Pope, everything update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Got quite a bit to go over. I forgot I put protein in here. This is great. Okay, so yeah, what the heck? Part of the reason the markets went up today is because Trump yesterday, I forget what Bitcoin was at. We could take a look. About 24 hours ago, we were at like 96, 97. And then Trump put out a statement and is just like, hey, I have an amazing announcement tomorrow with a great country or announcing this trade deal. Like, okay. Thoughts on who it was? I assumed it was going to be either the UK or Canada because he had meetings with both countries like over the last couple of days. I was like, all right, probably the UK. Turned out it was the UK. It's supposed to be at 10 o'clock this morning where I had a meeting, but then he wound up not actually going live until like 10:45, 11 a.m. So that's fine. And he mentioned that a very fair deal with the UK, mentioned that the baseline to do business with America, 10% tariff. And then obviously if you kind of screw us on other stuff, then you and if you don't want, again, you don't have to pay that 10% tariff, but then you're not going to do business with the US. Like you don't get access to these markets. This was such a gamble. We're looking back on it now, like what if these countries didn't fold? What if they, held out? What if they all did what China was doing and they were, selling their crypto in order to stay afloat? What if they were going in and saying like, hey, we're going to cut a bunch of these rates, which is another strange thing. Every single country is cutting their rates except for the US. Granted, that was a lot of Jerome Powell just going over and saying, hey, I'll cut these rates when these deals are actually done, not just verbal agreements, which he has a lot of. But we had to assume that a lot of these countries were these deals were like waiting in the wings, and he wanted to just kind of have one to set the tone first, which he did. I think they're also going to buy like $10 billion. So granted, like in the grand scheme of things, the UK is like 3% of like the deals that we're doing here. However, because of a lot of these deals, he's saying that there's going to be no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips, and like potentially no taxes on anyone making like under 200K a year, which I think is like most of America. And the market's just ripped. The crypto market's ripped. The stock market was okay, but yeah, I think $850 million worth of shorts were liquidated in the past 24 hours. So you had just a bunch of these. I don't want to say market melt up yet because it's not really happening yet. But when ETH is up 20% in a day, pretty good day. So again, it kind of started last night, and then of course Trump saying this morning, and I don't know how he's getting away with this. So it's like, yeah, markets are going to go crazy. It's a good time to buy stocks, and I think that the next month probably will be a good time because I think this time next month, after the Fed has their meeting, and a bunch of these deals are actually signed. If Trump can get them to actually sign these freaking deals, then they'll cut rates, and then you'll have that market meltdown. So it's coming. And again, Bitcoin's up to 100. I think it touched like 104 before. Watch a Guru had reported up 104. That might have been on like a very specific account like Binance, or it might have been on like Upbit or something. Even looking at now, like it's the average is like 103.3, 103.2. But every now and then, like Binance is up by a little bit and Upbit is up by a little bit. Those are usually the two that I see where I guess they just happen to have less Bitcoin on their exchanges. So it kind of squeezes a little more. So again, Bitcoin up to 103. I had half a mind yesterday when it was going to like 97, 98, 99. I was like, should I go live for this? Like get this on tape? And then obviously as of this morning, it went pretty crazy. Ethereum at 22 hundo, up 21.5%. My goodness, man. That's a lot. So obviously, and we'll get to free comics outperform the. Oh yeah, we got to talk about that, but we'll get to this here. We'll do OMI last though, and I'll tell you why. Well, when we get there. So let's take a look at. Let's do Devi first. So Devi, they are their own blockchain, but the only way to really buy it right now is just kind of through ETH. So If you take a look at Gecko Terminal and take a look at DEVVE, it's one of the few places you can get DEVVE. I think it's MEXC and all right, so it's MEXC, Gate.io, which I kind of expected, and then you have obviously Uniswap, you have LCX Exchange, LA Token, and Hybit. But most of the volume is done by, yeah, LA Token and Hybit is like nothing. It's like 13,000 in volume each. But everywhere else, and even LCX Exchange is only like 75K. But everything else is pretty good. So they had, even still, they only had 500,000 in volume. But again, I know it's its own blockchain, but the only way to get it is kind of on those things. And granted, there were more sells than buys. Now, obviously, because it's up 12% on the day. Again, part of that was because ETH just dragging the entire market up. Part of that was because, again, it's kind of matched with ETH, but obviously you have the buys that are kind of winning there. Obviously, there's more sells, but obviously the buy orders, when you take a look at them, they add up to actually the last few have been actually more sells than buys. We have a couple here for a couple. Oh, okay, there's one for like 6K. So yeah, obviously the amount of buys, even though there were fewer, the reason why it's up is because you could have 20 buys and 20 sells, and one just obviously be overweighted. If you have more per buy, again, I feel like I shouldn't have to go over that, but just in case somebody just looks at the numbers and math sometimes gets people twisted. So that's really nice. I have another person that signed up today to the DEVVE exchange. Some people like the idea of not having to give up custody of their crypto in order to trade, which is really nice. Some people don't really care about that, and they're just like, listen, man, I just want the PS5. I just want the chance at winning $5,000 worth of DEVVE or this NFT that's worth several $1,000s, or maybe there's like, what, I just want the merch. Whatever floats your boat. That's why people go in and sign up. Obviously, if you're a big whale and you do sign up now, you'll have through me, and you'll be like, hey, I signed up using your code, and you want some OTC deals, and you want some whatever, just let me know. But I ain't doing that for you unless you sign up under my link down below. And then also what I'm probably going to do, and I'll have, one of the things that I like to do is give back. At some point, I'll have the SHIRO, all of the SHIRO community go. The OMI community should be signing up now, and regardless of whether they do or not, because I have such a big bag of OMI, that's not that big anymore. But because I love OMI so much, I'm going to help get it on the DEVVE exchange, and I'll do that for SHIRO. I have a very small bag of SHIRO. It's enough to be in the whale group, but still very small. And because of that, and again, they have a couple million in volume per day, and these market out, good community. I'll get them on there as well. But a couple of other things. Again, I kind of want to go in and have other communities be like, okay, if you are doing X amount of volume per day, then by all means come in, use the link, and then vote to try to get on DEVVE. And again, I'll help you out with that if y'all get that bread. Now, I'm not even going to be able to get daCAT on there right away just because the volume is so low. And we'll get to that real quick. So they're up 22% on the day. So I will take that. Been pretty nice, and they're up 165% over the last 30 days, like for the month. So again, pretty nice. I wish I would have gotten a little bit, bought a little bit more kind of at the bottom. Nobody could really know when that bottom was. Granted, it's only $1.5 million market cap. I'm sorry, a $1.1 million market cap. So it is like really low. And the volume was like 5K today. So again, really not a lot of volume there. But again, going up that way, again, a lot of it was because of ETH. A decent amount of it is because you have a lot of those people that diamond hand. They just don't sell. And then also the fact that, again, really good liquidity. Let's take a look at, let me just show you all the liquidity here real quick. Again, a $1.1 million market cap with a little more than $250,000 in liquidity. So that's really nice. And again, I was going to save OMI for last, but might as well do it now, eh? OMI's up about 5% on the day. And for a $55 million market cap, it does not even have a $250,000 liquidity. This is something I brought up to Foster Hilt the other day when he was on the OMI is my homie channel. Like, hey, aren't you guys worried about this? Or maybe it's the plan because when you do have that narrative change, you have all this money coming in, it's like, obviously it's going to go insane. You can't have, you know, $5 million in volume when the liquidity is less than $250,000. That is going to make it go absolutely nuts. And maybe that's I don't know if he didn't say that. He's like, no, we have plans, and I don't know when they'll announce these things. Maybe they'll announce it at you know, Lisbon. Maybe they'll announce other things soon, and you know, who knows. I'd like to. I have this. It's not my idea. There's a buddy of mine I was having a conversation with yesterday. He's like, hey, listen, you do all these OTC deals, and like, you know, tell me like why you do them. I was like, I get commissions on them. I help make money. And he's like, okay, but why do these founders and CEOs of these companies do these OTC deals? Like, well, if they have a need for extra capital, and they don't want to dump on, you know, like dump on their community, and they don't want to like sell, it's okay, well, why don't they want to sell? It's like, because people think like they're even if it's for like a good purpose, people will think like, oh, you're dumping on us. And it's like, well, they need to pay for whatever, you know, X, Y, and Z. And I say, exactly, Randy. If they go in and sell, even if it's for a good reason, people feel slighted. Like, yeah, and that's where I come in. I connect sales and do whatever. And he's like, okay, what if David and Dan were to go in and say, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to burn a portion of our OMI because it's locked up anyway. We're going to burn a portion of our OMI and put some in the business development wallet. And then because we burned some and put some in the business development wallet, then we could do X, Y, and Z. It's like, you know, I don't know. That might be and obviously there's a lot of other stuff to work out. They do percentages and stuff like that. But I think people would probably feel okay with it if they're like, okay, well, if they're not like selling it and they're burning some, and it's going into the business development wallet for business stuff to help us grow, it'd probably be fine. I think people, and that's just a way to help kind of liquidate some of their stuff. Because again, like, you have this much, you can't even sell like a tenth of it without like tanking the price and without people go, you know. So it might be a good way to kind of unlock some of that liquidity. Anyway, I know, and I'll talk about OMI a little bit more in a second. But let's take a look at do the SHIRO. Yeah, let's do the SHIRO. I think I actually did. Okay, they're up 13. I didn't know that they're up 12.5% on the day. Very nice, very nice. 3.5 million in volume, and again, they usually have 1.5 to 2. So it's like an extra 1.5 million in volume, which is very nice. $15.6 million market cap. Perfect to go on Devi exchange later this year. And then we'll do, oh yeah, Definity. Definity is a pretty good day as well. Up 9%, up to about 3 cents. Remember like a month ago when this was like half that, literally half that. It's up 90. So it's not doing as good as daCAT, which daCAT was up 165% over the last 30 days. This is only up 97%. So give it that. Granted, it's down 10% on the year, but we'll let that go for now. It's kind of around its normal trading volume where it used to be, and I'll show you the 3 months doesn't really do it justice. But I mean, I guess over the 3 month, you had that wicked dip over the last couple months, and then obviously come right back up. But since I guess since like 2023, it's been trading between like 2.5 and 6.5 cents. Now that it's back up to the 3, it's like, okay, we're kind of getting there. I don't know when this takes off, but I'll say it again. They are adding more to their P&L every month than what VeVe grosses. VeVe's a $55 million market cap, and this is less than less than 1/10 the market cap of VeVe, and it adds more to their P&L than VeVe grosses every month, and they have less employee. It just, stupid undervalued. And once people see exactly what they're doing, then add a couple of zeros to this, at least. It's gonna be awesome. Anyway, let's take a look at what did we do here. All right, yeah, let's get back to OMI here. Okay, Chavez, I looked at my portfolio. Everything's up double digits today, except for OMI. Why isn't OMI up? The eternal question pops up again. It's a Gilmore Girls reference. Long story short, just out of the narrative. I mean, also you had a bit of FUD the last few days with people really misinterpreting a lot of that. And again, the official reasons that Mitch left, may never know. Official reasons why Ben has been absent, may never know. We could speculate all we want, and we could have and people have had, they've had spaces on it. They've had, they've gone over and they've just done, I don't know, just like talk to death about those reasons. So again, bit of FUD the last couple of days. Might be why it's only up 5%, while everything is up, also up like double digits. With the exception of Bump. Bump is down like 20% on the day. And we'll go over that later. But yeah, out of the narrative, and also not a ton, and despite the fact that, and I don't even know how true this is. So OKX has allowed American users Americans to start using their exchange. And you can go in, you can sign up in KYC. I haven't done it yet, just use their wallet, which their wallet is similar, like Coinbase wallet, it's the same thing. But on the exchange, they don't have they only added some of their tokens from like everywhere else. So I don't know if OMI was included in that. Again, it's still very new. It just happened like yesterday or 2 days ago that they're allowing Americans to use their exchange, which is great. And again, you can get, anyone outside of the US can get OMI on OKX very easily. However, because not all of their tokens are being available at this time, I'm not 100% sure if you're able to get it. It seemed like it was the other day, but now we're not 100% sure. So somebody in the US that has OKX and the KYC, if y'all can tell me if OMI's available on there, that'd be amazing if it was. If not, again, no big deal. You could still get it on Coinbase wallet or OKX wallet. But yeah, that's another thing. Like, you know, it's not the easiest to get. And even when the last conversation I had with Crypto Rain and just talking about getting new people on, and if they want to pay us to consult for them, you know, we do X, Y, and Z. However, if they're just like, no, I want to do everything myself, but they're kind of too technologically inept to be able to do that, I was like, okay, just if you're on Coinbase, just buy Flow, you know, like just something like that. Because a lot of times it is too complicated for people that are either a bit older or people that are just new to technology, and they just, you know, that's just not their thing. It does get confusing at first to be like, okay, you got a Coinbase, did all that, okay, now what? Now you have to open up a Coinbase wallet. What the heck is a Coinbase? Okay, I thought I had a Coinbase. You know, I thought this is my wallet. You said I have a crypto wallet. You do, but that's on the Coinbase exchange. It's a separate app. It's just too complicated for a lot of people. So again, it's not the easiest thing to get, especially for your average Joe six-pack American, which, by the way, have an American as the Pope now. I think that's a lot of people saying that the Pope has blessed our crypto bags, and that's why we pumped today. And maybe, who knows, right? So yeah, out of the narrative, other things are pumping. And then you have these people say like, okay, well, yeah, have a little bit of OMI, but you know, Definity's up double digits today. daCAT's up, you know, like whatever. You know, insert your crypto here that's up double digits today. It's like, oh yeah, I should probably just sell it for Ethereum. You know, it's Ethereum time. It's going up, and yeah, Ethereum will probably do like a 3x in the next X amount of months. Bitcoin dominance, I think, might be fun. So yeah, Ethereum can do like a 3x in the X amount of months. And it's like, well, you know, Ethereum's up this much, OMI's only up this much. I should sell what's underperforming, putting it into what's actually doing something. And so that's another reason why you have that. It's because it moves like kind of so little. Because again, it's not, despite it doing amazing stuff. Like I was talking with a buddy of mine yesterday about it. Like the app is better. The collectibles look better. The search button is actually better. Is it 100% yet? No. But everything that VeVe's done has improved over the last like couple of years, especially the last year. And it's kind of a shame because again, they are crushing it as far as well, I guess it's kind of a low bar, because when the rest of your competition is dead, then yeah, it's very, again, that's not a very high bar. but just as a business in general, like they streamlined this entire project. Like the space needed a platform in order for everyone to come under one banner, to come under one roof. It's just a virtual shopping mall for NFTs. They did that, filled that spot. Very innovative, just very vertically integrated, and they have it done where I don't know what type of like sweatshops or whatever they have going over there, but there's new drops like every other day, and there's just been no other company that's been able to do that. And one of the things, and I'll go through, I put it on like a highlight on what I want on my X account, saying what I think they should do as far as marketing. Millionaire 25, 5K, saying a couple of ideas for VeVe and OMI that I think would help them grow at a quicker pace and breathe life into the OMI token. And number one is raising capital. Like, two is influencer marketing. That is, I think, stupid important as well. Haven't seemed to have done either yet. But again, I think that, and again, like when you were worth a couple $1 billion, when OMI was worth when VeVe was worth a couple $1 billion a few years back, that was probably the time to raise capital. Now, when it's, again, those still probably worth well in the 9 figures, but you know, raising 10% at like X amount of billions, or raising 10% when you're worth a couple $100 million, you know, it's different. So I don't know if they would really want to. They might want to wait until the narrative hits back, NFTs get cool again, and then they raise like 100 million or something. You know, sure. And influencer marketing, again, this is stuff that they haven't really done yet, and I think for good reason, because you don't have this. Crypto has tried to do it. They spend tens of that, like if not like 6 figures on that dude from TikTok and iJustine to go in and say and just host spaces and just for them to, and it did nothing for them. So when VeVe goes in and sees a one-time possible would-be competitor, and they say, okay, hey, we have we just spent $50,000 to $100,000 on these influencers, and we had like a 2% bump in sales. That is not good. So of course VeVe's gonna like, okay, yeah, we're not gonna do that for a while. So I understand why they're not doing some of these things, but it's kind of like that vicious circle. Okay, are you not growing because you're not doing these things, or are you actually smart because you're not doing these things because now you're not wasting money? I'm sorry, I just got a text here real quick from a tomorrow I have, give me 1 second. We gotta, yes. Fudge, I have double fudge. Oh God, I have too much stuff going on tomorrow. Tomorrow late afternoon works because I am busy from sun up until, well, I guess the time this motherfucker gets here. What the OMI? Penguin colada, pina colada, said, let's pump, let's go, let's get this bread. What the OMI? What up, Kuma? How's it going, fam? I think you are still on the, I think you're still winning at 4,200 for that partner side. And by the way, I'll go over that again. Me and VeVe Magic, what's up, everyone? How's it going? Me and VeVe Magic had a announcement the other day, I think on Sunday, where we had said Dr. Profit had donated a partner statue, and it's going to be auctioned off, obviously on Stacker. You'll have to pay for it in OMI, and you're not just going to get, you know, and why it's worth $4,200 right now. But like, Randy, isn't partner statue worth like $1,100? Doesn't really make much sense. It's because it comes with utility. What is the utility, you might ask? The utility for this particular partner statue is a 1-week stay from August 23rd through August 30th at a Disney resort, and it sleeps the like double room that the winner gets sleeps like 9 people. I'm going to say 7 comfortably and 9 maybe for like sardines, but I'm going to say at least 7 comfortably. So should be enough for any family, or a group of friends, bachelor party, bachelorette party. which is worth about $9,000. Again, you get a free room for a week at a Disney resort when you buy this partner statue, and the proceeds go to First Responders Children's Foundation for charity, and it burns OMI. So I think this is a really amazing thing that Dr. Profit is donating, and then Guido, aka Turtle Golf, is doing via the Gold Dragon Club. Absolutely love that stuff. So anyway, that's the stuff. I know I'm at 25 minutes already. Jeez. So yeah, but I think once they start doing these things, raising capital and influencer marketing, and they might have to wait until it actually gets better, which, yeah, you might have to wait for the narrative, and that narrative, which could start tomorrow, right? Could start by the end of May. OMI could have 5x by here, right? Or OMI keeps kind of trading sideways and maybe even goes down for a little bit. And that could happen for the next 7 months. You might not see if the same thing happens this bull market that happened last market, which there's really nothing to indicate that, because this bull market has been absolutely insane in not the best way. Last time digital collectibles kind of ran last, and it was the end. Like, that was it. That was the last narrative that hit before Russia invaded Ukraine and kicked off this bear market. So I mean, you might have to wait until next year before OMI starts to move, or again, the rate cuts happen, market melt-up happens, and you could see it do like a 10x, like before the digital collectibles narrative even hits. We'll see. All right, is Bump still alive? Yeah, last I saw, so they haven't gotten back to me in a while, but when we all thought that they were dead, I reached out. I was like, hey, what do you need me to do? Like, how much money do you need? What can I want a piece of the company. I want all this stuff. What do you need in order for you to, survive? Like, how can we help? Not on a lot. How can we help bring this company back to life? And they're like, what? And then I was like, well, yeah, it says like you're in liquidation. No, that's an old version of the company. Like, that's no, we're good. Like, we have run rate for several months. And I was like, oh shit, my bad. So like, I'm legit trying to hand the money on a silver platter, and they denied it. So last I checked, they were still fine. Granted, they haven't gotten back to me in a while. With $229 in trading volume for the day, yeah, it's really low. If it gets adopted, it's going to be the biggest game. How much? There's daCAT has like twice the amount of market cap that Bumper does, and Bumper is this crazy protocol that lets you kind of like bump like whatever Bitcoin is right now. If it does, if you bump your Bitcoin and it takes like another 20% dive, you still have it at this price. It's insane protocol. But again, that's if it gets adopted. If it gets adopted, it's 1000x. If it doesn't, so again, super risky. But they said that they have money to operate till the bull gets, so we'll see. Yeah, what's up, Bullish Brando saying, what's up, Randy? SHIRO fam here. Gotta love the SHIRO fam. Gotta love those peeps. They're great. We love them. We love them. We love them. How many people are Wes, thank you for being a member. Saying to that person who was short in Bitcoin, 63 million get liquidated. Yeah, I think at 1025. Again, you have 850 million dollars worth of shorts were liquidated. It would make some sense that he was one of them. Now, maybe he closed out position before that happened. That dude is doing that 40x leverage. That is bananas. That is absolutely wild. What we got here? DM. Okay. What's up, Connor? Thank you for giving me those hello. Those waves. Bullish Brando saying, let's go. Let's get this bread. And let's do a. I'll get to that later. This news here that we have. Oh, hello. Let's go over to from yesterday. Let's see what we got. daCAT is the top token again. You guys, SHIRO's got to get on the Memezilla coin stuff and have your people vote there. You might be the only ones that can dethrone daCAT, because we do pretty well there. Arizona governor officially signs law to establish a Bitcoin reserve fund. That is great. You have Mr. MC1 a VC that owns daCAT now. Very proud of him. He got a nice small position, which is up 20+% today. So good for him. He would have got it a month ago. He'd be up 165%. But now it's fine. He's fine with his little 20% gains. I love him. I love him so much. Say he doesn't have as much OMI. I said that my bag is not as big because, okay, what happens when you have X amount of a token at one price and then the price goes down? You have the same amount of tokens, but because the price is worth less, the bag gets smaller. I don't know if you're just trying to make something clickbait or if you're momentarily being I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, that is what I had said. Meanwhile, says they need to post 10 times a day about OMI and VeVe on their social site. Yeah, agreed, freaking agreed, 100,000%. So I understand the calculus of not doing that. Where I asked Foster like on stream, and this was months ago. I was like, hey, listen, I see a bunch of people like, and there's multiple ways you could do it, right? Like y'all know Duolingo, the app that you can like learn Spanish and Chinese, and yeah, like what about it? Their marketing is insane. Like let's show you a Duolingo marketing. Let's show it. Let's show it right now, and compare and see. Like get people talking. I'm just gonna go to a random video. It's gonna be a random video on the page. I'm gonna scroll. I'm gonna hit. Mama, may I have cookie? No. like what is that? Like okay, and this is pretty mild compared to like the seances and exorcisms that they would do. Again, random one, calling Lily. What's up, Sigma? Oh, what in the Gen Z is this? Al promised me a field trip to the cemetery. I did a few video calls. Turns out it was a trap. Now I'm stuck in this stupid video call. So boring, like it's just a purple void. Listen, oh my god, echo. Yeah, so this is the weird type of marketing, and this got like 1.5 million views. Let's do one more. Relax, twin. You're not chopped. You're bilingual, baddie, cute as heck. Gonna start a streak with like this is like the, and I'm not saying clearly it's getting people to talk about it. And this is like kind of, I don't want to say cringe because Gen Z is going to come after me. Let me do one other thing. Again, they're out there, they're getting views. How much of their views translate into downloads and people actually using the app per day? I don't know. But better them have millions of views than no views. So let me go to Nutter Butter real quick. Y'all know Nutter Butter, right? Nutter Butter? I hardly know her. Yeah. Okay, official Nutter Butter has 1.6 million followers here. It's like, why would they have? All right, let's open up. Lord, again, I don't know what in the Gen Z, Gen Alpha this is. It's wild and ridiculous and crazy, but it's got 12.8 million views. And I'm not even saying that, oh my God, this is like something out of a freaking horror movie. And this, you swipe on these. I don't know what's going on here. This is not my forte, but I'm not saying that Okomi does crazy stuff like this, but they're out there. People are doing sometimes like post a meme, post a GM, something like I feel like what's his name in Remember the Titans, Gary, where he's like, push them, grab them, do something, and it's just let's go, let's take a look, and Foster, I love you probably more than a man should love another man that is married, but let's go to Okomi here, and again I'll go over the reasonings why they don't do this. Okay, April 29th. Like, no, it's going to be May memes. And April 29th. That is the last time they post. They have something pinned from March 5th, which again, the immutable X to base OMI bridges live. That is great. That is a great thing to have pinned. Super awesome. So close to 69,000 impressions. Last thing is have with quick and secure payments on the base network and platform-sponsored gas fees, buying and selling VeVe official digital collectibles using OMI has never been easier thanks to Stack World. So every time they post, it's a home run, right? Like it's super important and it's great, but not everything you do has to be perfect. Like not everything you do has to be like this winner. Oh look, they reposted me. We have Dotted Profit in the house to talk about OMI and Stack World. That was nice of them. That was really nice. Last thing before that, April 26th, saying Akomi has a new era, Akomi x VeVe, Akomi x Stacker or Stacker x VeVe. So again, it's all very important stuff. It's very professional. And anytime they post, it's something that's super positive. But let's scroll back a couple months. Just gonna thumbs there. All right. GoChain Swap is live. January 7th. GoChain Swap is live. This was not working for months or years. It was not working for a long time. So again, super important for them to post. Great job on the post. It looks great. And how comment is me. Am I Gur getting told to self-destruct in Invader Zim? Because finally, you have some positive comments from VeVe Viral. You just have a random question saying if my OMI's on a web wallet isn't on the correct chain. I'm saying we didn't do this already. What happened to my OMI on the app? Incredible news. Okay, so this is actually, it might have been before this then, but so I guess is my point. I distinctly remember, and I don't know if they hid the comments or deleted them again, like whatever it was, but there were a lot of times where I saw a Akomi post and the community, instead of celebrating whatever goodness that they had posted, and I don't even want to say in the community, it was just very, very frustrated bag holders that were just like, hey, when exchanges, when X, Y, and Z, and just ignoring like the positive stuff. So I understand like the calculus of not posting unless you absolutely need to, because you're just flooded with the questions of when exchanges, when X, Y, and Z. And I understand not wanting that on your posts. But again, even on this one, there's like one negative comment that says we're hacked, dump incoming, and okay, fair point. But like that's it. So let's go to another one from January 22nd. Check off one of the longest standing soons community has been asking for, talking about Akomi updates, including their commitment to improve communication in 2025. Let's take a look at what some of the people are saying here. Question, any plans to burn? Talking about the 5.5 billion OMI burn, so that was really nice. Steve Cannon saying 17 days since the better communication post, keeping track so I know moving forward what that actually means. One tweet every 3 weeks, month, year. Yeah, so that good question. Probably could have phrased it a little nicer, but fair question. You step forward in communication. Yeah, and again, like that. I know Steve Cannon could have said this in a nicer way, but when he says improved communications from Akomi nearly 1 month since this post, I mean, that was fine. Yeah, I kind of wish that after you said, hey, we're going to improve on communication, didn't wait like a month to post something else. And especially when most of these comments here, okay, you have a footer saying like this is a useless article. Okay, fine. Constructive feedback saying love you, but you got to stop with the soons. Should know this just infuriates the community and sends negative. Fair point. Yeah, so some of these are basically announcing something you said you were doing a year ago by finally burning 5.5 billion only from the dev wallet. No word on no exchanges. So all right, so even as of late January, you do have a decent amount of negative comments here that are going in, and so I understand again why they're not doing it. But half of the negative comments where you don't communicate enough, because after January 22nd, the next time they posted was February 23rd. Granted, now on January, February, whatever you want to call it, you know, VeVeverse kind of wasn't here. They didn't have OMI to NFT, and now they've rolled out all of this stuff. So it seems like they should be posting a little bit more often. After April 29th, okay, April 28th, they reposted mine on April 28th. That's something. So they have been actually reposting stuff a lot in the past couple of weeks. They post like 5 times in the last 2 weeks, 6 times in the last 20 days. They posted like I don't know, like 10 times in April. So I'll give them that. And again, it's all professional. And I'm not saying to not be professional. I'm just saying, like, feel like you could have fun once in a while as well. The responses, though, that they've been doing, because they reply to stuff that is not just on their post. Like they'll respond. Like there's a guy named Chris Coffee that had made a post, and Nakomi just responded to him. Mr. MC1 had a post, and Nakomi responded to him. The developers, where are they? With today's black, oh, they're just, I don't know who they are. They were just posting about Nakomi and Stacker and VeVe Official, and Nakomi responded to them. So I like that. And again, so Alex Beck. So this is what I think they should be doing. And it's super easy here in my like little bar chair, you know, on this, you know, nice counter, to say like, hey, Alex Becker just tweeted, and granted, VeVe Viral had to have tweeted at him before Nakomi did, but I think it would have been pretty cool if the community didn't have to go in and kind of make a splash for them to go in and do it. Obviously, Foster's not just sitting around all day twiddling his thumbs. He's doing a lot of stuff, and I know no one's going to see that work until it comes out. But you know, that is what it is. So as far as, again, there's a super long-winded response, Penguin Colada. Yeah, I would very much like for them to be a little bit more active, and maybe now that certain things are a little bit more developed, maybe they can. Who's head of, well, Foster's the Nakomi community manager, so you know him. I don't think Nakomi really has a marketing team. VeVe does, but again, it's two different companies. Ben Gray says, good day, everyone. Thank you for being a member. Just achieved my goal of 50 million OMI. My man is getting that bread. 50 million is a good, it's nice. Let's keep going with the news here. Yeah, President Trump announced a major trade deal. Obviously, highest respected country is the UK. The addiction gold logo, where Mr. MC1 yesterday was talking about me getting one. Like, Randy, there's not a lot of these. You should get one. At the time, it was $274. I was like, yeah, you know what? I can try to get one. And then as I'm like adding gems, I'm on app, and then it goes right to 578. Now the price has dipped a bit, $2,499, but then it goes to 775, and then it goes to $2,200. So yeah, that's wild, a little wild there. But yeah, 50 million OMI is great. Very, very. That's awesome. Next goal, 100. Chavez, didn't you say you wanted to get a billion OMI? A lot of stuff is up today. When are you going to get it? I do want a billion OMI. I mean, if I sold everything, yeah, sure. But I definitely don't want to sell everything at these prices for that. I want to wait for stuff to kind of go up. And then once that happens, I'll be able to go in and say, okay, I'll get some of this bread. Dom Bullish Easy A goes on and says Stripe's $1.4 trillion worth of transactions will be moving on crypto rails. I don't know when that's going to happen, but we'll see. Well, he says none of this will bring new holders. I forget what I was talking about 30 minutes ago, but be advised. So I am, and I don't think I said it on this stream, but I am. I don't want to say by myself because a lot of help, but I'll be able to go in, and the goal is like 10,000 users that I'll be able to help bring in before the end of the year. But we'll do, let's just say like 5 just to be safe, and just because like I should say 10,000 more wallets with at least one collectible in them. That is not going to be. I'm not going to say that they're going to be actively trading every day. Probably only small percentage of them will, maybe like 5, which, you know, even if you get another 500 people, that'd be like another 40% from here, because we have like 935 people the past week on any given day on average. But yeah, that'll be my goal, and you'll see it happen. Probably Q3. Yeah, I'd say by Q3 you start to see that, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to track that, but you'll see a large influx of people. Ginferno saying howdy. What's up? How's it going, Pat? Hope you're doing well. All right, let me go. Let me continue on. Mr. MC1 says, thanks for the amazing gift. The super scarce The Addiction Comics gold logo with all the utility at Vincent Zerzolo at Addiction HQ. Already $500 in the aftermarket. Agreed. Yesterday, 298 million in trader positions wiped out in the last 24 hours, led by Bitcoin ETH liquidations at 98.45 million and 63.82 million. That is wild. A lot of shorts getting wrecked there. South Korea presidential frontrunner Lee Jae-myung vows to approve spot Bitcoin ETFs if elected next month. Good for them. And China boosts gold reserves for the 6th consecutive month, now holding 243.6 billion worth. They are so cooked. They are just, everyone comment F down below to pay respects. DeFi Development Corp has bought another 82,404 SOL worth about 11.2 million, totaling 400,091 SOL in its treasury. Good for that. Large Bitcoin holders added 81,338 Bitcoin over the last 6 weeks, while small traders dumped 290 Bitcoin, according to Sentiment. This divergence typically precedes price breakouts, suggesting bullish momentum ahead. And boy, what a bullish momentum we got. Cointelegraph reports that bullish publicly traded company Thumbs Up Media Corp files to increase its maximum offering amount from 200 million to 500 in order to buy more Bitcoin. ETF flows around 905 Bitcoin and 9,840 ETH were sold on May 6th. Bitcoin ETFs saw 85.7 million in net outflows. ETFs saw for ETH saw 17.9 million in net outflows. That is bananas. Tether announces native USDT deployment on Kaya blockchain in partnership with Line Next. USDT will be integrated into Line's mini DApp platform and self-custodial wallet infrastructure, enabling in-app payments, cross-border transfers, and DeFi activities. What's up, Omar? Good evening. Good evening, Omar. How's it going? John Berg saying, just past 8,000 comics, the road to 10,000. Free comic day? I don't know about you, Sean Berg, but yesterday I picked up 6, count them, 6 free comics. However, you did it for the NFTs, you had to pay $3 for. But $3, there's only, you can only get commons. But I got those yesterday, and it's like, I'll take a 1 of 1,000 for $3, and I got 2 sub 100s. The Iron Man and his awesome friends, number 54, and then Star Wars number 1 got number 47. So I was pretty happy about those. I still have not read Evermind number 3 or Planet Death number 0 yet, but I want to. And I have to bring this up. Predator vs. Spider-Man number 1 is so freaking good. Like, oh my god, it's so good. I cannot tell you how good it is. I just did, but you know what I mean. Let me just check something here real quick, and then we'll get back to the news. Okay. Oh, yeah. Ben agrees is 8K. That's wild. I thought I was a baller at 400. How much I don't even know how much. I have 553. Yeah, I need to step that up. For as far as my comics are concerned, I'm not a dollar. Ernest de Cruz says, howdy, need gems to OMI. Selling gems for OMI? I don't believe they're going to do that. However, what you can do is if you have gems, you can buy collectibles on the VeVe app, and then you can sell them on Stacker for OMI. So that is a kind of way for gem to OMI. If that is what you want, you can do that. However, I'm an old school physical comic completionist. I have a problem as well. Okay, yeah, fair point. But you know what? Let me go to let me take a picture of this, and let me first off. And say congrats to Schoenberg for completing 8,000 comics and on the road to 10,000. Mickey partners at one point. It might have even been 950. Might have touched down there. Yes, the new Pope is Peruvian. I would love to get him on the podcast because I have met like 3 other Peruvians in my entire life. One was a guy I swept his chimney. I swept chimneys back in the day. Another was this girl I worked at a tropical smoothie with. I worked at a tropical smoothie many moons ago. And another dude was my friend's sister's husband. He was cool. Liked him. Ernesto de Cruz, this means Pope. Yep. Should we buy OMI? Well, that is up to you and your decision. I like it. I would give me $100,000 right now. A good amount of that would go into OMI. But yeah. Anywho, let's continue on. There's a lot of stuff to go over. So, yesterday, okay. Meet Disneyland Abu Dhabi, the first Middle East theme park. Disney is heading to the UAE. CEO Bob Iger confirmed the company's first ever theme park in the Middle East, Disneyland Abu Dhabi. Designed by Disney's own Imagineers, but funded and operated by local partner Mural, the park promises to be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. It will join Disney's global roster of parks in Florida, California, Paris, Hong Kong, Shanghai, and Tokyo. No opening date has been revealed yet, but the announcement marks a major expansion move for the entertainment giant in the Gulf region. And I'm not gonna lie, guys. That sounds pretty dope. Aladdin would be dope there. Maybe one of my friends will be part owner of this in some way. We'll see. You have a first edition sealed box of Rocket, the Rocket set. Rocket box sold for $26,000. Thought that was nice. That was hysterical. On this day, 10 years ago, something was going on the base, and we couldn't work for whatever reason, but we still had to come to work and sit there because the military makes absolutely no sense. So we watched Frozen. It was great. There's a good times. One day, when we get Pokemon and Nintendo, I'm gonna be posting a bunch of good memes. I can't even tell. My friend Julie has an OnlyFans account where she's in a bikini, technically, reading what part of the Constitution, or she reads from her little pocket Constitution. It is the greatest thing that I've ever seen. Jobs are out there, people. A guy named Jeremy McKay says, I purchased one of the most valuable properties ever on Earth 2 is 752 T1 class 1 tiles in New York, Manhattan with the Museum of Sex. That is amazing. I don't know how much he paid $14,500 for it. Not the most amount that something has ever sold for, but that is a nice amount. ARK Invest bought $54.7 million worth of Bitcoin. So be advised that, oh shoot, my blankie. Oh, sorry. Every now and then my blankie falls off and I gotta rush to grab it. Okay, we're good. We're good. Keep forgetting that this is protein. Okay. You could have a retracement. Again, when ETFs are buying Bitcoin at 74,000 and suddenly it's 104,000, they might take the win and sell. You could have things that are, it takes us back down into the 90s, into the mid 90s, early, who knows? Let's see. We haven't checked on. I feel like SpongeBob. I haven't had one of these babies in 20 minutes. 102.8 for Bitcoin, 2,200 for Ethereum. Heckin' nuts. Oh shoot, what is this? Miscalculated. Thing about bamboo posted media. Okay, number one. We're number one. $1.1 million market cap for daCAT. Love it. Okay. Let me read what my friend wrote. He texted me today. I am not. Okay. I'm not complaining. Oh my gosh. She went the same. Next resistance level is 104,105. Says not sure exactly. Could totally see a pullback into 93,000 again, but it would actually be a healthier if Bitcoin consolidated a little bit more extended cycle. But at the same time, up is always good. Could you see a move back to 93,000? Sure. If I had to put money on it, I don't know. It seems like bull market is kind of here. Like, was alt season here? I don't know. All right, before I get to the rest of the news, free comics outperform VeVe. Yeah, so I brought this up before. You had the free comics that you could have bought the digital download of those comics for nothing. You could have read them for free off of VeVe Comics. But for $3, which I bought all of them. I bought every single one. There were 6 of them. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I spent like $18 on it. The 6, now granted, there were 6 comics. So people had, if they didn't want to, let's go to the see all. If they didn't want to, let's say they wanted to catch up on Fantastic Four before the movie comes out, and they wanted, oh my gosh, why is VeVe so slow today? There we go. If they wanted Fantastic Four / Giant Size X-Men #1, they could have got it. And if they didn't want, you know what, Iron Man and his awesome friends, seems a little too kid-like, maybe they skipped that. But then they wanted to get the Spider-Man Ultimate Universe, and then they wanted to skip Spidey and his amazing friends. You could pick and choose. You don't have to get them all. So there was a bit of a variety there. And that did these 6 comics that you could have gotten for free, but again, they're 1 of 1,000, so they are pretty scarce. You could have gotten them again for $3, and these 6 comics did more than VeVe's drop did today, and I will show you that once I find it. 268. Okay, so what is all right? So there's 2,000 today. You minus 268 because that's how many they kept. Then you minus 853. And then you minus 410. Oh yeah. And then you minus 60. Actually, this made about 4K today. So not horrible. I mean, granted, they sold out everything, but again, they sold 4K today, and I think all right, let's go to free. Let's do this here. As of not this morning. This only launched at 11. As of like 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, the ones that dropped yesterday had outsold this. All right, let's do quick math. 330 plus 110. Okay, so it's 440. That's another 106. What does it say? 440. So it's 546. Press 499. What does it say? 5. Okay. Plus. Okay. Plus. Oh, okay. The Star Wars one. That one. Okay. That's another 767. Okay. Yeah. All right. So the free comic book did like a little over 5K, and the drop today did 4K. If we do the same thing tomorrow, it might even out a little bit. But what I'm trying to say is that you had a first appearance of Taskmaster, which is that's a key comic. Taskmaster is in 2 major Marvel movies. Granted, they kind of messed that up a little bit. I think Taskmaster will be in again another version of Taskmaster. What is this? Yep, Dr. Doom, totally. Yep, okay. Give me 1 second here. I want to have everyone smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. A lot of people in daCAT saying 2 million by next week. I guess. I mean, they could double it. Who knows? But basically what I'm trying to say is that key comics are great, and Taskmaster is actually someone that people know. But the limited comics, especially, and they're $3. Now, granted, they had to mint like 6 of those, but they're at scale. Like you make one, you make 1,000. So it's just another piece of data, and you could interpret it in a bunch of different ways. But the data that they have that says, okay, scarce amount, very limited amount, and it's $3, and granted, 6 of them had to outcompete 1, but again, people had the option to not buy. They could read them for free, that digital read-only version, but it's that chase, it's that, 1 of 1,000. And granted, these, you didn't even have like these different rarities. They were all commons. I think they should do something more like that. And clearly they are. Let's go to their website real quick. Let's go to, oh my God, there's so much. I have so many tabs open. All right, I gotta X out of some of these. So if you go to VeVe Comics, outside of Marvel, which everybody loves, 247 Comics, Ablaze, Bad Idea, Dynamite, and Humanoids, and soon daCAT Chronicles, and maybe some more. SHIRO as well. With these, and then maybe we get Voltinu on there as well. I still have not heard back yet from them. I've been pitching them for a while. I'll go over, and if I can get them, if I can write their comic, they'll come on board as well. And that's going to be a key thing to get thousands of users on here. Right now, there's new comics that drop every Wednesday. What if we grew VeVe Comics big enough in order to get 2 drops a week, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday, or one on Wednesday, one on Sunday? You pick the dates, whatever. I think we could do that. And I think that's going to do nothing but potentiate the numbers, the sales, the bottom line for VeVe. Anyway, let's continue on here. Kuma says, awesome. Glad I'm still in the lead for it. Of course, I do have a feeling that as it gets, especially as we add on more stuff, the week of the 12th, we'll probably add on a little more. Price might go up. And I mean, as an OMI holder, we're so cooked. They didn't even make nothing but use handling burgers. If you truly think we're cooked, you'd probably sell and put it into something that you believe would grow. But because you didn't, I'm going to say that you believe that there is a greater than 0% chance that we're not cooked. Watt Mama says, peak moral mushroom season in the Midwest. Have you ever hunted / eaten them? I have not. I'm curious at what it is, though. What are they? What do they do? Are they just normal? John to me says, Bull Run is here. It do be here, though. I think it's here. I think it's here. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's see what we got. Okay, let me X out of some of these things. What can we learn? Yep. What is this? To go over it. Yeah, I'll probably go over it. All right, yesterday, best crypto to buy as new U.S. crypto bill opens the floodgates for investors. Yesterday, a new cryptocurrency bill was introduced in the U.S., which aims to keep America at the forefront of financial innovation and global competition while protecting consumers from fraud. The new U.S. crypto bill is being hailed as the most comprehensive attempt to deregulate digital assets yet, and this time it might actually work in crypto's favor. The bill eliminates wealth and income restrictions for retail investors and encourages decentralization by requiring full transparency of large token holders. Meanwhile, Bitcoin evangelist Michael Saylor is back with another bold pitch, this time urging Microsoft to buy Bitcoin instead of its own stock. His logic? Bitcoin has outperformed Microsoft shares and is the smarter long-term play. Agreed. With momentum building, it's no surprise investors are on the hunt for the best crypto to buy right now. What the new U.S. crypto bill really means. Let's break it down. The newly released draft of the U.S. crypto bill isn't just more legal noise, it's a serious attempt to define who regulates what in the crypto world. For years, the SEC and CFTC have fought over jurisdiction. The bill finally draws a clear line. Commodities go to the CFTC, securities to the SEC. Great. Now, regular people can legally join crypto pre-sales and early offerings. keep projects accountable, the bill introduces a decentralized test requiring disclosure of any 10+% token holders. In short, it's a new rulebook and a green light for Web3. Michael Saylor clearly sees what's coming, a strategy world 2025. He suggested Microsoft should buy Bitcoin instead of buying back its own stock, noting that Bitcoin has already outperformed Microsoft shares over the last 5 years. A lot easier for crypto to go up than Microsoft. As the US leans into crypto, voices like Saylor's are making it clear it's time to pay attention. It's not just established coins that are worth watching. Read on for 3 upcoming tokens. All right, Bitcoin, BTC Bull, the only meme coin that pays you in real Bitcoin. I did not know that was a thing. Bitcoin Bull token, or BTCB Bull, is the first Bitcoin-themed meme coin that rewards holders of the real token, priced at 0.0025 and already pulling in over 5.3 million in its pre-sale. Bitcoin Bull is designed to let everyday investors benefit from Bitcoin's rise without needing to buy a whole Bitcoin. I feel like people could do that anyway. All right, something called BEST, B-E-S-T, the utility token powering the next crypto boom. The utility coin powering the next-gen crypto wallet that's shaking up the status quo, priced at 0.024985, and having already raised over 12 million in its pre-sale. BEST backs an all-in-one crypto platform built to simplify crypto trading for everyone, from first-time buyers to Web3 veterans. Think of BEST Wallet as MetaMask 2.0, only sleeker, faster, and packed with value-adding features. I would still really only just trust my stuff with Devi, but let's see here. 3, RCO Finance, or RCOF, AI-powered DeFi for the new era. Redefining decentralized finance by integrating artificial intelligence to make investing smarter, faster, and far more accessible. Currently in its 6th pre-sale stage, RCOF is priced at 13 cents and has already raised a staggering 17.7 million. Guarantee you, once these token unlocks happen, all of these companies are just gonna dump. But either way, that's just some of the news we have here. God, excuse me. New James O'Keefe report out. Got them for free at my local comic book store. Very nice, very nice. For those of us who don't really have a ton of time to go outside and do things outside from the gym. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. I should have put a bit more in there. I'm really frothy today. And let's continue on. Damn, we're still on yesterday? Jeez. All right, so a video that was done months ago from Legends N Leaders had a video drop yesterday about Ben Rose. And Ben Rose said, yeah, we have a Blaze coming out this week. And they released months ago. So this is a very old video, but they decided to release it yesterday for whatever reason. I watched part of it. Cool stuff. Will get me over. Yeah, you can do that. I say go for it. I mean, OMI's the only thing that's really still down. Sorry, a buddy of mine's texting me. Oh yeah, definitely go for it. So you'll have an extra, and definitely, and maybe I should tell them to buy more daCAT because they have some. But daCAT's done crazy stuff over here. So I don't maybe wait for a pullback. daCAT might pull back. You never know. Who knows? We'll see. Moving on. Family drops $1,400 for one day. A Florida father's breakdown of his family's one-day Disney adventure went viral after revealing the Magic Kingdom drained his wallet of a jaw-dropping $1,391.91 for just 24 hours of Mickey-themed fun. That is insane. Yeah, how are people supposed to do this? How's a normal family anyway? That is nuts. Kaki Gaijin sold some of his Pokemon cards so that he could get Walt. Turns out he forgot to account for Japanese yen to USD, and he's short. Bad times. Yep, it's a Blaze. Bank of England has cut interest rates by 25 basis points. Everyone but the US is cutting basis points. President Trump says that the golden age of America is coming. The golden age of America. Feel like we may have had a bit of golden age of America. I think 2019 was pretty great. I think 2018 was rough for me. I'm not gonna lie. 2 of my organs failed in 4 months of each other. That was rough. But 2017, 2018, even end of 2016. I was not in America for most of 2016, but I saw y'all having fun. I saw y'all with Pokemon Go, and I have still not forgiven the universe, God, whoever you want to. That happened when I wasn't here. Horrible time. Anyway, Ash Crypto Reels says Bitcoin Weekly MACD bullish cross is approaching in 2023. Bitcoin pumped 170% after the MACD bullish cross. And in 2024, Bitcoin pumped 75% after an MACD bullish cross. This time, I'm expecting 150 to 200,000 Bitcoin by the end of Q4. Very possible. Standard Chartered Bank analyst apologizes for the $120,000 Bitcoin price prediction, saying that the target may be too low. Coinbase brought crypto options platform Deribit for $2.9 billion. My goodness. DEVVE Exchange says there's really no comparison, but we laid it all out so you can see for yourself. DEVVE Exchange is setting a new standard for what a crypto exchange should be. Innovative features, instant settlement, exclusive fraud, theft and loss patent, and so much more. So much more. Let me go to that DEVVE Exchange here real quick and see if, yep, 46 people signed up using my, oh God, hiccups. Oh God, and if those 46 people just have like one person each, that is 92 people. Oh, and then they do one person each. That is 184 people. Oh my God, that'd be great. Hi there, Hazel. Without Ben Rose, he left. Do you see VeVe heading communication-wise? Considering David and Dan are busy, how do we top Ben Rose in that area? He was so good. Without him, back to what? Well, even before it seemed that he left, David was in spaces a lot more. And again, he's coming on this channel end of this month, early next month. He seems to be talking about the token quite a bit more. So yeah, I mean, he might have a little bit of a second or third or fourth win now with some renewed energy. And maybe he's ready to kind of go into that spotlight and take on that role. So who knows? We'll yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's. I really hope it's better than last time. We're gonna have to see, though. I mean, we'll take the wait and see approach. There's not much else to do. That's the only thing we can. Big J 78 says, "Why is OMI needed in Stack? Should could just use USDC." Well, it is the token that powers the VeVe app and the VeVe verse, and if you want it to have utility, which we do, it's a lot easier to just have it be everything be sold in OMI. If it wasn't, then it's not really a utility token. It's not really powering anything. It's just an option that sometimes people might use. Definitely definitely needed on Stack Overflow. I just can't believe it. I'm the first one here again, winning. You get that bread. Meow. Okay, let's get back to it here. Where was I? We are on. Oh, finally, today's news. Missouri House just passed the bill to exempt capital gains tax on crypto. Very bullish. When you're sorry, there was an ad. There was an ad on VeVe today. VeVe went and they put an ad on their stuff. The Mandalorian Stormtroopers, pod racers, collect your favorite Star Wars characters as digital collectibles in AR. Offer contingent upon account approval. Applies to new accounts only. They are talking about the 10 free gems, but they don't say that here, which I wish they would, because it says like offer contingent upon account approval, and they're not saying like what the offer is, and I wish they would, and they didn't. Either way, happy that they put an ad out there. Thought that was nice. I don't think you could actually even see that from their official account, because if it's an ad, it's not going to be a. No, you can't. But that's fine. As long as they're putting some money into marketing, I will take that. Take that all day. Stripe unveils new stablecoin feature following $1.1 billion bridge acquisition. Coinbase to buy crypto options platform Deribit for $2.9 billion. And you have stablecoin transaction volumes hit 1.82 trillion last month, which is a record high. Coinbase becomes the exclusive crypto sponsor of Riot Games to integrate blockchain rewards into global League of Legends and Valorant esports events, elevating fan engagement. Got to get those people into crypto. And President Trump officially announces the new trade deal with the UK. Trump also says that China wants to make a deal very badly. Can't wait for it. President Trump says that the stock market will rally now. He also says that you better go out and buy stocks. Don't tell me what to do. Raoul Powell says you're at an 11% currency debasement. This is why so many young people have come to crypto. Speaking of Raoul Powell, he was on a French guy with a Frenchman today talking about why big wealthy people are going to start buying a ton of NFTs because it's art. And it's just a way to hide wealth. Now, obviously, one, you want good art. Two, you want something that's legitimate where you can say like, okay, who's this from? Why are they a good artist? What else have they done? And yeah, he said that NFTs were kind of choked last time on the smoke, that there were a few projects that they were crap. They were nothing. Okay, they're just 2D JPEGs. And a lot of NFT artists stupid undervalued. That's why he keeps buying. And every time I see a post of his, I give him a compliment. Like, hey, this is really cool. And I genuinely mean the compliment because he doesn't seem to buy boring stuff. Granted, I could find something cool about anything, but I go on and say like, hey, I like this stuff. I like this about this. I like X about Y. And then I say, have you checked these out? And I'll post a couple of collectibles, or I'll tag like Jason Naylor, I'll tag Mumba, I'll tag Gary Baseman. And so like, have you seen their stuff on VeVe? It's freaking awesome. Have you seen these one of ones? And he's gotta see, like, he's gotta freaking know what VeVe is. And again, you could have somebody that you don't really know who they are over on anywhere out in the world with these NFTs. But on VeVe, like, their license, like, it's like, again, some of these Marvel stuff is incredible. Some of these one of ones they have are incredible. And they fetched amazing price points. And if what he says comes to fruition, and you don't just have people that like them for the collectability, like for the ROI, but you have super wealthy people come in and say, yes, I want that because it's worth a lot of money and I could hide a lot of money in here. Guarantee you they're going to do that. When does this happen? Probably when we get to that banana zone that he talks about so often. When will that be? I don't know. Chosen says, do you know what percentage of each rarity VeVe is keeping of comics? I don't. I think it's random because I know for Aliens vs. Avengers, at least the first one, there were 40 secret rare, and that's what they're supposed to be. So at least for that one, all of the ones that were like kept back were not from the secret rare. Like it was from the rest of the rarities. I don't know if they keep them specifically for the common and the uncommon, but they clearly don't do like one of each and then 2 of each, 3 of each, etc. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think they have a set percentage. I think it's just random. And obviously the odds that most of them will be common and uncommon. But I don't think they have a set thing. If they do, it's recent and they didn't do that before. Oh, amazing. Epic. My man just got up to 100 million OMI. It's my friend, it's not me. Obviously I have that. I've had that for quite a while. Would love it if it is. Yeah, I don't know. Is alt season back? I don't know. We'll see. Should I tell her to get more daCAT? Let's see. Let's see. What is daCAT right now? And then if it's a good, it's down a little bit. No, it's up 23% on the day. It is maybe yes. I don't know. I'll see. Moving on here. Let's go with. Okay, that was okay. 140. Okay, interesting. I'm still owed a little bit of money on that. Nice. Trump says UK, China, everyone is cutting rates except the Fed. What did I just say? ARK Invest has bought $56 million worth of Bitcoin on Coinbase. That is absolutely wild. I have a podcast tomorrow with Chrissy Leota of Arsenal. Let me read y'all a little bit about her. Arsenal Partners was founded to support early-stage startups through the venture capital fundraising process. The firm's primary focus on pre-seed and seed-stage companies, leveraging its expertise and network to help founders navigate the complexities of early-stage investment rounds. Arsenal Partners employs a unique approach that benefits both founders and investors. The firm creates special-purpose vehicles, aka SPVs, to offer tailored financial solutions, enabling startups to build their arsenal of resources for long-term success. In addition to financial support, Arsenal Partners provides consulting services to ensure companies are well prepared for the subsequent rounds of venture fundraising. Let's see where she's at here. Doesn't say what she's... Okay. Managing partner of Arsenal Partners, full-time, investor and advisor of Kelly Sober, and the advisor executive of advisor/executive organizer for Dallas Meetup, and she's still to present. The last one that she had that she's no longer doing is Capital Factory. She was a Texas Fund Investor Relations Manager, Corporate Venture Manager, House of Representatives, Senior Legislative Assistant. So she's done a lot of stuff, and she looks really young. So got to ask her how she did some of that. Oh, okay. Oh, gaming. Okay, all right. So she'll be on tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, God, I have such a busy day tomorrow. Give me 1 second here. What the fudge is the name of this restaurant? Who goes to breakfast at 9 a.m.? That is, don't they know I'm busy until like 3 a.m. and I'm not going to get a lot of sleep. All right, where was I? Trump says Fed Chair Jerome Powell won't cut rates because he's not in love with me. That is hysterical. Rumor is that Saudi Arabia is buying billions worth of Bitcoin and ETH. Massive if true. I hear that rumor all the time, and they could be. President Trump says he's very close to announcing more trade deals. I think by next week we'll get them. Michael Saylor says you can still buy Bitcoin for less than $0.2 million. I'll probably be able to say that for several more months because I don't know if, oh my gosh, these freaking notifications. I don't know. Did they just do another one? Damn, daCAT, you're going crazy. Up 24% now. Yeah, I don't know if, oh, okay, ETH is going up too. We taking bets what Bitcoin hits? Taking bets. Binance founder CZ says Bitcoin is easy. Just don't panic sell. I'd say same with OMI, Devi, Definity, daCAT, SHIRO. Now let's do some of everybody's favorite thing. We're gonna go on some Twitter here, and let's see what people are doing. AG SEC Rollins, Trump is realigning the world economy around its American agriculture, saying it's a new day in America. I was sitting in the Oval Office with President Trump thinking, I hope every American understands what this man has done. He's bold, fearless, and he's realigning the entire world economy around agriculture and putting Americans first. Heck yeah. Jesse.Bates says, we need the world on-chain by building positive sum systems that let many people win together. SC.Base says the world on base is a better place. That is so freaking true. That is an ad. Actually did tell my, oh my God, that is nuts. AT&T swaps ChatGPT for cheaper AI and saves thousands of customers. When AT&T realized that ChatGPT was saving customers but burning cash, got clever. Faced with 40 million annual calls and rising GPU wait times, engineers ditched GPT-4 and stitched together a trio of open source AI models instead. The result? 65% cost reduction, 91% of the original accuracy, and a 3x speed boost. Now they're eyeing real-time analysis. The secret weapon is H2O AI's Danubi model, handling the bulk cases with Meta's Llama stepping in for complexity. ChatGPT got them started, but open source is keeping customers from walking out the door, cheaper, faster, and still smarter. Reminds me of that Stranger Things skit, or it's part of a scene where Luke is like, newer, bolder, better, like new Coke. The 80s seemed like such a wild time. I'm sad I never got to experience that. Presley.Eat had a recording that she was, had a space that she was on before. And Brown, Code for Tesla's rideshare. Homar's catalog says code for Tesla's rideshare network is starting to show up in the background of the spring update. Interesting. Someday you'll be able to walk around a fully immersive digital world full of your own creations, Stanley. I wish you lived long enough to experience it. And we had Rudy 1776, aka Namecoast, go in and repost that. I wonder if anyone else has noticed this. And again, this is obviously all made in the VeVe-verse. It looks so freaking cool. This just looks incredible. Like that looks so freaking good. Wolf Crypto is talking about Bob building on Bitcoin. I don't know anyone that's really doing that, but good luck to him. Got Wolf Crypto's posting a lot. On my way to fill your bag, saying fire sale on some cool VeVe collectibles. I guess he's selling a lot. I guess he wants to get a lot of OMI. Get that bread. Limited buy. Oh my God, Wolf Crypto, you are posting so much. O'Milly says, John Lee, I sold everything. I can no longer support this shady company. No keys, no cheese. John Lee spends another month crapping on VeVe every chance he gets. Emoji says John Lee is the winner of the VeVe collectible, and then John Lee goes in and I guess he's very excited for the collectible. I don't know why the dude is. Does he really do that? I feel like. I mean, does he really crap on VeVe all the time? I haven't talked to this dude in like forever. Kind of sad if he does. I don't see him posting at all. I just see him. I mean, he's not posting about VeVe. He's just posting normal stuff. Anywho, let's keep going in. We got, that's an ad. daCAT Jones talking about daCAT. Marin Awful says Liam Payne died without a will. Now his ex holds his fortune. What? Liam Payne left no will, so British law handed control of his $32.2 million estate to ex-partner Cheryl Tweedy, not his girlfriend at the time of death. And this is why, guys, you gotta have a will. You gotta have like a government is horribly inefficient at everything. I mean, now with Doge, it's getting a little better, but still, government a lot of times sucks, and you should not trust them for anything. Always have that will. I have mine. Y'all have yours. That is insane. What? Oh man, bro. A lot of daCAT people out here. Shout out to them. Slum Doge Millionaire says, look who decided to wake up talking about Ethereum. That was really nice. PropsBot AI. What is this? Here's a video and instruction on how we've got 6 out of 6 for hitter props. Open PropsBot AI. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that is, but that's cool. All right, there's a lot of people reposting stuff. I hate that when they repost stuff from like days prior and it's on like my following. It's try this timeline. Pablo CRO says just in 20 cents. See you at $1. I think his meme linked. He had burned like 92% of the supply, which is nuts. Insane that he did that. Oh, Raul Paul, just talking about him. Saying you still don't understand the value of digital art / NFTs, but when you look back in 10 years' time, you'll see how obvious it was. Best place to understand what's going on, follow Roger Dickerman as a good start. Let me go in and let me share this here. Let's go copy link. Oh no. I'm gonna be like, hey, I was just talking about you. All good things. Yeah. Comma. All good things. No, I didn't mean to. All right, undo that. And then I got to post the link and maybe he'll show up here. Would love to get you on the show to talk about this subject. And I think one day I'll be able to. It might not be till the end of the bull market, but we shall see. William X Rose, I don't even know who this is. However, he is live talking about Deep in Happy Hour. Cardinals elect new pope after unexpected 3 a.m. surge in voting. And it's Biden as the pope. Marin Awful says that Joe Rogan, quote, space colonization sounds normal until you realize other civilizations might do it to us. Yeah, the idea of space station not just circling Earth, but out in our cosmos, eventually colonizing other planets. That's what we'll probably try to do. But wouldn't another civilization do that to us? And that's where you get into this weird talk. Elon's secret woman, founder CEO of Casimir, Harold White, says Elon is an idea generator, brilliant chaos at light speed, but you need someone to pull out the gold and make it happen. That's Gwynne Shotwell. She's a secret weapon, turning chaos into action and helping SpaceX make real progress. Love to interview her too. You have Shiro Nico saying even Gate.io can't ignore this cat, dog, sheep token. This cat and dog sheep token are meant to traverse the blockchain together. Maybe Gate is loving the bridge to Shibarium as much as our community. Looking to add a pair on Shibarium for your project, you can go to Gate.io. That is amazing. Good for them. Let me do... Actually, Shiro Nico posted before about me as well. They said, the first print of our Shiro comic was a success. Soon, everyone will be able to follow along this crazy cat's journey, though, on the blockchain. Production and distribution coming soon. Real Randy Chavez at VeVe Official. And I read the comic. It was pretty good. The digital one will be even better because it'll be a little bit longer, a little bit more story, a little bit more stuff in it. Omar said, did you see the announcement from Pokemon on Destined Rivals of Team Rocket's Meow? No, send it to me, please. I saw a video this morning of a Lucario, I think, sneaking up on a Sunflora and doing, I don't know what that attack is, Shadow Ball? He did some type of attack, like a Kamehameha wave. Obviously, it's Pokemon, so it's not that. But and then everyone was like, Cobra Kai, because you strike first, strike hard, no mercy. But no, send me that. That'd be great. I would love to see that. So love Meow. And Persian as well. Giovanni's Persian is one of the most beautiful Pokemon cards ever created. It's Giovanni's Persian. It's a holo from the Gym Challenge set. It is beautiful. Benjamin Percy says, got a Marvel announcement coming soonish that I'm hyped to share. It will be a landmark series for me, one of my all-time favorite titles and characters. That's cool. There is somebody named... No, I'm going to go over that. Raul Paul says, Jamie, chief crypto analyst at Real Vision, taking no prisoners. He is exceptional. Jamie Kaut says, the thesis only strengthened as we moved from March to April. We'll publish the indicator set that I used, but as the markets panicked and X was full of the end of the world commentary, the stage is set for a new all-time high in Bitcoin and top 200 aggregate cap by May. We'll see where it goes. Comment down below your Bitcoin price prediction by the end of the year. Say 220. Say 220. I wonder what everyone else is doing. Kyo Shinobi say, thank you for 4 monumental years, VeVe. Happy 4-year anniversary, Kyo. Love that. Love that. Gary O says, this is a very scarce collectible with amazing utility. I'm excited for what doors it may open at New York Comic Con. He's got 3 secret rare. It was him yesterday. It was him that was buying it. I love that. Excuse me. Kyo Shinobi says, watch this. Are you holding an addiction logo? This is the start of the utility for holding one. All right, Omar, you shared that. Team Rocket's Meowth illustration rare officially revealed in English form from Destined Rivals. I dig it. I dig it. You got Giovanni in his famous suit back there. Granted, I think that he would be in more of a leather chair, but it looks good. And then Meowth with his little. That's actually a throwback. That is a reference to one of his. What was he in? Wasn't in base, was it? Oh God. Meowth base set. Okay, so it was the Black Star Meowth Black Star promo images. Oh my gosh, why is this horrible quality? Okay, here it is. It's just a throwback to his Black Star promo where he's just doing like the so I just thought that was really cool that they did that. Pocket Pilfer. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. Your opponent reveals that card and shuffles it into their deck. Okay, all right. No damage, obviously. And then Fury Swipes. We all know this one. This, again, throwback to just the first generation. Flip 3 coins. This attack does 20 damage times the number of heads. And again, just awesome throwback. Really like the artwork. I wonder what books are there. You just have like you have 2 rocket emblems on there. You have a little TV, a bunch of books. Yeah, not too much else going on there. But again, just looks really cool. I would totally get it. Looks dope. Anyway, let's continue on with Twitter. And let's go, oh, part of it. Oh, I guess I should go over some Earth 2 stuff. Earth 2, teleportation. Sydney, Australia. Following the release of Chapter 1, Explore, Craft, Survive, Earth 2's next focus will be a release of Chapter 2, Teleportation. This article serves as a comprehensive guide, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Where are we? Supercharge, Earth 2 Day. I know it was April. Yes, I want to learn more. On an important note, teleportation system will also expand utility for Essence as well and introduce new burn mechanics. Alternative mode of transportation as Earth 2's ecosystem evolves and the ability to build, process resources, and produce various units become available. Players will gradually gain access to various modes of transportation and logistics. However, from early on, in fact, since the confirmation of the EPL system, it has been highlighted that teleportation will serve as a significant alternative mode of transportation for player characters within the game. All right, requirements for teleportation. Locate a mentor that is open for teleportation. By default, all mentors are open, but a landowner may disable this. If I own a lot of land in Antarctica, you're not going to just teleport here and then just try to take me out. No, yeah, like you're going to teleport? No, ain't happening. I want to disable mine. Ensure their character is stripped of all inventory items, as teleportation requires a bare state to proceed. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, they can come in and do that. I'll be armed. Shoot the heck out of them. Any item implants the character may have, such as altimeter, scanner, compass, however, will be allowed as long as they have been fully implanted. The exact EPL, the Earth 2 property locator of the destination mentor, must be entered in either a custom EPL or its numerical ID format. Only once valid EPL is submitted will key destination details be revealed, such as property location, property description, essence fee, random prize. Essence as an energy requirement. Oh my god, I love this. I need more of this freaking token. It's probably why the token's up like 23% today. Take a look. Essence. It's up 22% on 22% on the day. It's still a really low 3.5 cents, but I will take it. I will take it. Not bad. Not bad. Good for them. Just in 50 million USDC burned at the USDC treasury. Very nice. Love that. Nature is amazing. Huge. Oh my god. Huge warthog getting a spa treatment from Mongoose. That is, dude, I just love animals so much. So freaking chill. Senator Lutnick says, I'm the closer. Trump personally sealed the deal with one call. Oh my god. They said they wanted more products in the deal, but couldn't get it done. Trump said, I'm the closer. I'll do it. He picks up the phone, makes the call, and tells me, Howard, every time you want to close, I'm doing it. There's no better businessman behind the desk than Donald J. Trump. Get it. Get it. Bullets missed. Oh. South Carolina execution labeled botched. What? South Carolina firing squad failed to strike the heart of a convicted cop killer, Mikhail Mahdi, leaving him conscious for up to 80 seconds in what experts are calling a botched execution. That was done on purpose. Mikhail Mahdi was shot on April 11th by a 3-man squad, but autopsy results revealed only 2 bullet wounds, neither to the heart. Jesus. Pathologists say he bled out in excruciating pain. Probably deserved it. The state had claimed such deaths would take no more than 15 seconds. Now lawyers say the state's firing squad law failed its own test. The court has yet to respond. Obviously, you don't want the state having too much power because, again, government sucks. But yeah, that's this should not have happened. The state shouldn't. Yeah. But at the end of the day, kind of a bad guy. So I don't care. But again, you don't want the state shouldn't have messed this up. Starlink Direct. Okay, Silver Surfer. Ooh, Silver Surfer. Nice. Trenches. Main arena. That's too long. I'm not going to go over that. That's an ad. Crypto Queen says, stop all the winning. I see you. And SHIRO's up today. And then LTD. And Oh, canine, leash, bone, sheaves. Again, nice that SHIRO's up there. And I told her, I was like, listen, this is awesome. Just one more to add to your portfolio, and that is daCAT. It was up 22% at the time. I think it's up 24% now, so good for them. And instead of seeing what's on my following page, let's see what's on my For You page. Bruh, why are you tagging Ben Rose in this stuff? Yeah, why are you tagging Ben Rose, bro? Why are you tagging him? Shouldn't be doing that. Yo Steps has a little Disney magic for your timeline. Me, myself, homies, Omis, Max and Jamie, Disney magic. Make sure you turn your sound up. That is awesome. The Baker says, will daCAT break through and smash through the blue line? Talking about, and they did later that day. Frida says, welcome home, third Spider-Man on the Stacker platform. Get that bread. That girl is a beast. Taylor Hendricks says, what's your favorite book of all time? Oh, How to Win Friends and Influencing People. That's really good. Dale Carnegie. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill's really good. 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. That is really good. 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader is so good. How to Bounce on Others' Break is good. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. 8 Attributes of Great Achievers. These are all good ones. Comment down below your favorite book. I can't think of mine. Are we gonna do like pleasure reading? I don't know, Harry Potter. The Fight Club. But the ones that are actually like meaningful and helpful would probably be either How to Win Friends and Influence People, 8 Attributes of Great Achievers, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Those are like so good. 21 Indispensable Qualities of Leader is also really freaking good. But if it's just pleasure reading, like Harry Potter or Fight Club, I guess, I don't know. Crypto Rain had a video before saying, most will miss the crypto explosion. Will you? Josh Emmett says, today marks 9 years in the UFC. It's been a wild ride, and there's no end in sight. Good for you, Josh Emmett. We love him. What was the announcement, Omar? Oh, it was, I went over it. It's a really cool, I went over it like 5 minutes after he posted that, like 2 minutes after he posted that. It's a really cool card. And pretty dope. Pretty dope. Andy Leon says, overbought, correction incoming, question mark? Which 100x token should I buy today? All right, I'll say I like, oh God, I'm in all caps. I'm in all caps mode. That there was a band called All Caps, and they had this song called Don't Unplug Me. And it's like the only song that I think they're known for. I don't even think it's that popular of a song. They did it with Mika Kitty, Tessa Violet. I said, don't unplug me or just shut me down. Please just love me. All right, anyway, I like Devi, OMI, Definiti, and then I'll do I mean, I don't know if daCAT and SHIRO 100x this year. I mean, they could, but that's a lot. It's a lot. I like Devi, OMI, Definiti. I'll leave it at that for now. Yeah, that'd be wild if they all did that. Bitcoin. Wen Lopez says, buy Bitcoin or stacks with your local currency and payment methods with Xverse. Yes. Now you can via extension. For Brazil, you are going to be able to buy via PIX, PIX, and others. Mexico via SPEI, OXO, and other. All right, that's a lot. I'll give that a like, though. Bitcoin officially surpasses Amazon to become the 5th largest asset in the world by market cap. Well, everybody is selling stuff for the upcoming Star Wars drops. The VeVe official. I've scooped these from the floor. Very nice, very nice. Got the Dragon Lady, got the Frida Kahlo, and something else. Joe Paris says, what crypto will make you rich this year? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to Devi, OMI, and Definiti. Love those ones. Love those ones. Okay. Memes at War saying, we are so back. We are. Love Memes at War. You can play their game with the daCAT character. daCAT is a character in their game. You can use this as an avatar. OKX says OKX rocks. Igor Av Studio says 15 to 50 million a year, 10 million NFTs sold. Apps Alive, 2025 booked. Shutdown, 2% chance, pure FUD. That's word straight from Grizzled Mutant. VeVe's holding cash, flow solid. NFTs are moving, and the team ain't flinching. Ignore the doubters, bub. He looks so good. Wolverine looks so freaking good there. I guess there was a burn. There was come talk deflation. Oh, I gotta freaking have my post notified for Voltinu. I did not know there was a thing today. David Hayes says, big shout out and thank you to VeVe Official. Here's my amazing prize for being a random Infinity War anniversary giveaway winner. Oh, shoot, he got the secret rare. Good for him. Good for him. Georgia collects student faces deportation after running red light. Oh my God, Georgia deportation after running red light. Georgia college student faces deportation. Oh my God. Police discover her entire family is living illegally in the U.S. for years. That, big oof. Cryptolo says, wow, just how little heat sends daCAT straight vertical. Low cap, tight supply, strong hands. That's how rockets move before the world catches on. The chart's not lying. This thing is built to fly with barely a breeze. Imagine what happens when real volume shows up. I don't know. Jin says you only need volts. Ash Crypto says, I have not seen anything like this in a very long time. Send everything higher. Yeah, people be upset about taco prices. Treasury Secretary Bessent says crypto needs U.S. leadership to thrive globally. Globally, agreed. Raul Powell says not only is Coinbase purchase of Deribit a great opportunity for them, it also dramatically removes the left tail risk of smaller exchange having 80% plus of the options market where leverage can cause an issue in a black swan event. Good news all around. Nancy May says she'll never apologize for defending women, never be silenced by activist moms. Good for her. Good for her. Based, loving the vibe. I'm loving the vibes as well today. Pokemon has new Charizard versus Blastoise Pokemon Crocs coming in 2025. That's amazing. I don't wear Crocs, but those are pretty cool. Is Bill Gates giving everything away? Bill Gates just said no thanks to being a billionaire in the afterlife. He's planning to give away nearly all of his $108 billion fortune by 2045 and then shut down the Gates Foundation forever. No more money, no more mega donor moves, done. It's about $200 billion heading to save babies, fight deadly diseases, and help the poorest people on Earth, while some governments are cutting aid. Started with Melinda and Warren Buffett, the foundation's already given $100 billion away and will soon drop $9 billion a year until it's gone. Gates' goal, go out broke on purpose. I would recommend Best Friends Animal Society, but that's just me. Yeah, Pepe was up like a mother flapper. They were up like 40-something% at one point. What will Grogu retail for this weekend? If the secret rare, Grogu will probably retail for $85. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, super popular character. Is he Yoda? No, but he's a super popular character. Like super. But there's another, like there's the secret rare. There's one of like 1,000. But then there's the rare or common that's like 3,000 of them. Because I'm so curious. Like I'm actually going to go live for it. And I don't usually do that, but I'm doing it because I just want to see what I might do a marathon on Saturday. Oh my God, I can't believe I have to meet my friend at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, it's so early. And I have a podcast at 12. Ugh. Okay, I'm sorry. First world problems, right? Got a couple of friends' birthdays on Sunday. Oh, and then Tina's got a space at 3 p.m. on Sunday. There's a lot of stuff. And I got to meet. I'm so freaking busy. A lot of stuff going on. Jack the Ripper says, bro, the SEC files a settlement letter in the SEC versus Ripple case. It's over, folks. Popeyes says, Pope, yes. That's hysterical. Okay, Pixie, you gotta. Okay, let me say, yeah. I have an idea. When might you have some time to chat? Yeah. Oh, God, hiccups. Panda's just a drunk bear who forgot their bears. Yeah, bro, they are so freaking cute. I had an ex of mine that worked with pandas years back, and said they were a little annoying because they're so stupid. I don't care though. I do not eat quiche. I don't know what that is. Paris Hilton says so much fun being a guest judge alongside Heidi Klum and Marina Ormandseder. My European fans can tune in tonight. Oh, Germany's next top model. Interesting. Yeah, ETH went crazy today. Comment down below anything y'all want me to go over, because this could go on for a while. What did the rest of the XRP was up 7%. Solana's up almost 10. Dogecoin up 11. Cardano up 12. Lido Staked was up 20%. Sui was up 17%. Wrapped ETH up 20%. Shiba Inu's up 10%. HBAR is up 10%. Hype is up 10%. Oh yeah, most things are up like double digits, except for OMI that's up 5%. Again, OMI will have its day. When is it? I don't know. We shall see. Let me see the Definity one last time. Actually, that dropped a bit. That dropped since we were on stream. That dropped to 2.9. It was 3 cents. It's 2.9 cents now. But daCAT still going strong, up 23%. Okay. CME Group, that's an ad. People talking about SHIRO. Steve Cannon says what I do. Fine art, black and white, limited edition. He's got amazing stuff. So he normally has stuff that's 1 of 11. I have someone that I have one of his things that's a 1 of 3. A buddy of mine has something of his that's a 1 of 3, and then he's got 1 left. Normally his stuff goes like in the $20,000 to $50,000 range. That's for his 1 of 11s. He's offering his. I got to see if I can find it. Post from me, because I know I've posted it before. Yeah, I have I have this one. It is a 1 of 3. It is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And again, normally stuff goes from like 20 to 50,000. This is only 15,000, and you could actually get a discount on it if you pay an OMI. You pay like $12,000 if you pay an OMI. It's so good. And again, he's a buddy. He's been on the podcast. He's a cool dude. Let me go give him a like. Moving on. Cryptlos. Okay, that was 18 hours ago. I don't need to talk about that. Oh my God. Sometimes memes are hysterical. 1000X Girl says hodl and make millions. Peacemaker season 2 is coming out on August 21st. They give Peacemaker season 2, but they took Tom and Jerry off of Max. A little disappointing. Someone named Turbo the Frog. Apparently it's coming. Turbo the Frog is coming for your bags, I guess. I thought she was removed from the House of Thorn. Yeah, she was moved there years ago. Bitcoin's 100,000 people dancing. Wow, this is crazy. Bitcoin surpassed Amazon and now is the 5th largest asset in the world. It's got to go up quite a lot in order to pass Nvidia, and then Apple, and then Microsoft. Yeah, it's got to pass a lot of stuff. But I think by the end of the year it'll pass Nvidia and Apple unless they grow a lot. Jan Collect says, for those who haven't seen it yet, this is the first space I built. I'm currently working on a second one and trying all day to learn new stuff. And he's got a pretty cool one. Not gonna lie, it's pretty legit. Oh, Dr. Doom, he looks so good there. Bro, he looks so good there. It's a little mighty. Oh God, who dat? Oh, Vader. Anyway, he's got good stuff. Let me go to, oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Go to my YouTube here. I just want to tell everyone to smash that like button. Okay. There's a lot of stuff on the cat. Tara Bull says woman cries at Home Depot to test if they sell. What the fudge? Oh my God. Why are people doing this to workers at Home Depot? They're crying, asking them to sell a rope. That is, oh my God, that is diabolical. Tesla superchargers enable long distance travel anywhere in North America except the Arctic. That's insane. Oh my God, that's also insane. Kanye West going straight up full villain by doing the Heil Hitler at his shows. Oh my God. His song is called Heil Hitler. That's the actual title. Bro, what I'm not gonna lie, I'm so curious. Oh my God. Forget the shock value. That is insane. Kanye West has literally dropped a. Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna probably listen to that. But he got banned from Twitch in 7 minutes. I repeat, Kanye West got banned from Twitch in 7 minutes. That is bananas. Okay, let's follow Chinsanity. It costs $20,000 for a booth during Token 2049 Dubai to raise awareness for your brand. Costs $10,000 to host an event during Token 2049 Dubai to raise awareness for your brand. Costs $5,000 to sponsor an event during Token 2049 to raise awareness for your brand. It costs $0 to speak on Spaces to raise awareness for your brand. You don't even need to wear pants. Choose Spaces. That is a good point. That is a good point. And you could probably fit more people on Spaces too. But damn, that is wild. $35,000 for all that stuff, and oh lordy. Tommy World Power says Moondeng volume is all right. So we got some top gainers here. Wojak is up 44% today. Vader is up 45%. Virtual is up 46%. REI, guess known as Ray, up 47%. Milady Cult Coin, aka Cult, up 47%. Game by Virtuals, up 57%. And Moodang up 95%. That is, people will literally throw money at anything except for things with legit businesses. That is bananas. Cointelegraph's update: over $969 million has been liquidated from the crypto market in the last 24 hours. Shorts are getting wrecked right now, boys. Shorts are absolutely eating this. They're getting hecked. 6 ways to Sunday. That is not, nope. Grogu is coming to VeVe Digital Collectible app. I'm not ready. Are you? I'm also not ready. Oh my God, that is insane. I can't believe that. Whale Insider says just in cryptocurrency market surges by $235 billion today. Very good. And that was 4 hours ago too. Paris Hilton sold out her limited kit on launch day. I don't care about that. The Fanable app seems to be doing good stuff. They seem to be doing good things. Comment down below if you have anything with them. Thumbs up. Everyone smash that like button. Mr. B says, I just had a dream about the time my mom's minivan broke down 10 years ago and she was stressing out about how to afford the repairs. Back then, I was making like $50 a month off YouTube. How the heck did I end up the biggest channel on YouTube? It is wild. But good for him. Very, very happy. Mr. Beast seems like a really great guy. Love him. Comics and Crypto sold over $10,000 in sealed VHS DVDs during the last week's Elite Comics live sale. Tomorrow, join him for a question and hang live stream where we break down what sold and what momentum means for the future of sealed physical media. OKX is really in the mood for some crypto today. We love OKX. I'm getting a lot of because I tagged him in a post the other day. Kyle Samani says scaling Ethereum layer 1 won't fix Ethereum. The problem is that EVM developers are overwhelmingly building on Base. The future of Ethereum is Coinbase. Might be Base. It might be. Who knows? J-Dub says alt season Bitcoin price is too high compared to ETH price. This is where everyone bids ETH and alts instead. Agreed, sir. Agreed. Yeah, John Cena's back for Peacemaker. And Nancy May says, we just reintroduced Violet's Law to stop federal labs from killing healthy dogs, cats, primates, and other animals used in search. Good. Support 100%. 100%. Got to save the animals, right? What is this? Very good. ETH hits 2,000. Me who bought ETH at 4,300. Bridge. That's a ad. Genetically modified mosquitoes such that their probosces are no longer able to penetrate human skin. That's awesome. Rockstar making a statement. They could have shot this trailer using a PS5 Pro to maximize visuals, but actively chose not to, just to make one singular point. They are and always will be a generation ahead of everyone graphically on any system. That's what happens when you develop a game for 10 years. Bro, remember this dude? Bitcoin in 2013, then in 2024. He aged very well. Altcoin Daily says, so I guess 100,000 Bitcoin price is just the new normal then? Pretty much. Memes at War says, we're finalizing some important updates, and one of them is enhancing gameplay, pace, and time. Free for all will go from 50 to 100 kills required to win, and the respawn time after being killed is reduced from 5 seconds to 1 second. Play longer and quicker. Love that. Stay tuned for the final announcement and get ready for the battle. I love them. I love the fact that they're helping out the cat. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everybody say goodbye. Mom, I always hate them, but the girls I never like. I can always see them coming from left or from the right. I don't mean to be a priss, but it's time to say goodnight. But it's always